and welcome to the Longines FEI European Championships in Gothenburg, Sweden. Situated in the heart of the city, the Ullevi Stadium plays host to the jumping competition. Spread over 4 different stages, all 79 riders will come forward to compete in the individual competition, and 17 nations will battle it out for the top spot in the team jumping event. Only the top 25 riders with the lowest penalty score after 3 jumping stages will have the opportunity to move forward to compete for the individual gold medal in the final. Reigning team champions from 2015 are the Dutch, and their chef de keep, Rob Ahrens, is keen to emulate that win here.
That is a good thing to look back to. No, that was a good European Championship, and of course everything is right when you win. But that was an arc. But every time, every show is a new show. Every championship is a new championship, and it's another year. So, but we go for the best.
The only member from the 2015 winning quartet competing in Gothenburg is Jurv Reiling.
My focus was a little bit on the World Championships already for next year, but Glasgow is proving so fast and doing good. So I'm happy I'm in the team now already here in the Europeans. I even care more about the team result than individual. And to have that won the medal in Aachen, it's just one goal, and that's to win a medal here again.
France are known for their strong team performances. However, their European record has not been so kind.
It's a bad history because France never wins a European Championship. There's always a goal, but normally, and now since I'm there, we have been 2 times in a lead after the speed class, and we never had a medal. We had a medal individual, but not in teams.
The home side have been strong all season, and the Swedish team are prepared to make their mark in Gothenburg.
Been working all year, of course, with thinking and mixing and trying, and I believe I have now the 4 best that I have available. We have a lot of experience in the team. They've all done championships before, some of them many. It looks really good anyway, but there's a lot of teams who wants to perform well here, so we'll see how it turns out.
The first morning saw all the riders take on Lewis Koenig's 1.50 m track in the speed class, with faults resulting in time penalties for the individual and team competition. It was all to play for. Marcus Enning for Germany set the pace, coming home clear in a time of 76.88. However, much to the crowd's delight, their home favourite, Peder Fredriksson, crossed the line with over a second in hand. After the second day of competition, Belgium and Ireland were tied on exactly the same score in 3rd place, with an amazing tussle for top honours taking place between Switzerland and Sweden. Another impeccable performance from Peder Fredriksson left him first in the individual competition and his team in 2nd. But when Steve Gerdat, last to go, knocked down the penultimate fence and gained a time penalty, the host nation moved to 1st place, with Fredriksson himself more than delighted.
Olim jumped good today. He was quick yesterday, but I thought he was jumping better and better during the course today. I had 1 stride more than I planned to number 2, but then we got going well, and I have a very good feeling.
So here are the 10 qualifiers for the final round of the team competition, and several of the competitors also have their eyes on qualifying for the individual final. Let's join the action with your commentators, Philip Gazala and Jessica Curtin.
Now we can take the opportunity to go straight into the animation. Number 1, the FEI vertical. Then they have 7 3/4 strides up to this oxer, 32 meters, and it's a wide oxer to begin with. Turn back left-handed to this vertical, which is in itself, it's 1.60 m high. Then it's just a little bit over 6 strides, 6 1/4 strides into a not very wide oxer. Then they have 11 meters 40 and 8 meters with 2 white planks on top. A very delicate but not such a gutsy combination, triple combination. Then flip back through the middle of the turn. Very big match oxer. It's very, very wide. I'll go through the distances later. Then they have a choice, 7 or 8 strides through the middle to another extremely wide Agria oxer. Then right-handed out of the corner. Tall vertical coming into this combination. It's 7.90 meters up, slightly up the hill, and then nice 5 strides down to the Hennes and Mauritz vertical, and again another turn back to this candy-coloured Oxer, again a place they could lose time. And here we have a difficult line, a very, very short 6 strides to these white poles with the dark blue water mat embedded in the sand behind it. And then it's just over 9 strides. Here they could take an extra stride, could lose a bit of time to another Agria Oxer, and now they turn for home. And what a turn for home this is. Silver triple bar with planks underneath, 6.5 strides to gold poles, and then it's a very short 5 strides to a very wide Longines Oxer coming home. We'll have the opportunity, as the first horses are in, to go through a little bit the distances and the heights of the jump for those of you sitting at home who want to go out and build this course tomorrow for a little bit of practice.
Unbelievably, the team in 10th place are the reigning champions, the Netherlands, and the first of their quartet to go, Harry Smulders riding Don VHPZ. 13-year-old stallion. Last year, Harry on Emerald was just up the road, about 2 kilometres away, was second in the FEI World Cup final last year. So Gothenburg, a happy city for this man. It's not been a great couple of days for the reigning champions though, Jess.
No, but it was a beautiful piece of riding now into the triple combination. Harry really got there on the 6th, so he's able to slow down with his big horse on the last stride to give himself room to jump those 2 very delicate planks. And of course it's now when we start to really see how this competition will hot up. Beautiful balance between horse and rider here, Harry, and his wonderful Don. Cuts the corner here, which helps him because it lets him jump a little bit out to the right to set him up for those 6 strides. And he's up the inside on the 8, which is a risk, but it's one of those places where you can take a calculated risk. Jumps it in the middle. Big distance, good shot, and on the 4. Oh, and he's kicking for it. Look at that.
What a piece of riding. Look at the time.
That's the way to do it.
That was absolutely brilliant. And that's, although they've had a disappointing couple of days defending their team title, that was an absolutely brilliant start for the Netherlands. Harry Smulders, Don VHP maintain the same penalties they came in with, 5.52. So a great start to the team championship, which we've got here tonight. And what a couple of days this man has had. Brings forward a personal score of 4.05 penalties. Peter Devos and the 13-year-old gelding Espoir. Belgium bidding to win their first ever medal at an FEI European Championships. Team medal, that is. Of course, Gregory Wathlet, holder of the silver individual medal from 2 years ago.
And what a performance this team of 4 professional lads have put up here with their wonderful horses. Everybody jumping clear in the first round yesterday. And they were looking very still and very motivated today. And of course these lads are very used to riding under pressure and producing the goods over and over again. And as you see the strength of this team, when their injury to the Philipparts that we see on the right on the Hennes and Mauritz picture, with his injury the first day in the training, they were still able to bring in Jérôme Gouret, their number 5, and put themselves in equal 3rd position as a team together with Ireland at this point. And of course, if this man could just get a clear round, it'll really set it up for the others. But he's gone quite wide there. He's really... Get him up, get him up.
6 seconds to get home, Jess. Has he made it? Yes, he has. What a stonking, what a 3 days Peter Devos has had. He hasn't touched a pole over 3 days, and he stays on that 4.05. And very importantly, that's a naught for Belgium. And let's not forget that all 4 members of the Belgian team, the only team to do this, jumped clears yesterday. What a start.
And I can tell you the performance that this particular man and his horse have put up here has been stunning. It's been foot perfect. It shows no form of nervousness at all.
And that of pushes Peter Devos also to the top of the leaderboard in the individual, but a long way to come. We're focusing on the teams tonight, and this is rider number 1 for Ireland, down to 3 riders. Shane Sweetnam for Ireland with Chakizi, who've come forward on the same equal score as Belgium, and Belgium already turning the screws.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, without Belgium doing that, the heat is on, and the heat is on for everybody. It's not just the Irish and the Belgium. The heat is on for the Swiss and for the Swedes. It's all so close. It's only time fault separating them at this point. So every pole that falls on the ground is a national disaster for each of these countries. And this combination jumping so good so far. Absolutely foot perfect. Shane riding with extreme concentration and precision, and this horse has really been jumping beautifully the first 2 days. Shane, who's made his business, of course, and his career in America, and has come over here to be part of the team for the Europeans. And this is looking really good. He's keeping the pressure on with the time. He was very fast the first day. This is a quick horse. Oh, had to stretch for that back bar. Be careful not to override this, Shane. Up the inside on the 8. So now all he has to do is just bring it home. He's going to be okay for the time if he just stays up the inside line and brings it home. He's always coming to the vertical fill. Come on, Shane.
What a brilliant round. And quite rightly, Jess, Shane puts his finger in the air. What a super round that was. Well, Ireland and Belgium have come in today, the last day, the medal day for the European Championship team competition in level pegging. They're both first riders have gone clear inside a very difficult time to get. For Switzerland, Nadja Peter-Steiner riding Sora de Fonkum. Switzerland, second place, coming into this, the final day of the team competition. They won bronze in Aachen 2 years ago.
Great round day 1 from this combination, and he's had the plank. Of course, that leaves it now up to the other 3. They've got to go clear. Roman, Steve and Martin, they've got to go clear. There's nothing else in it. They have to go clear. And Nadia jumping another great round. Unlucky to have that mistake. But a great round the first day. The mare a little bit anxious yesterday. Wasn't as concentrated as she can be. They're looking as if they've really got it back together again today, but that flimsy plank just catching them out.
Clicks over the 84 seconds. 25.87 is now the total score for Nadja Peter-Steiner. I stopped speaking there because I heard tens of thousands of people screaming. What's all going on out there, Jess? I think we know, but let's just give Nadja Peter-Steiner Sora de Fonkum for Switzerland. She will need to be the discard score to keep the pressure on Switzerland, on Sweden, I should say. And the reason that you just may have heard in the background an awful lot of people screaming at the top of their voices, because the first of the Swedish team have come into the arena here in Gothenburg. Sweden currently in first place. Their first man, Henrik von Eckermann, with Mary Lou. Sweden on 8.21. Switzerland 11.15, and Ireland and Belgium 12.11. Those are the three top scores in the team competition coming into tonight.
Yes, there's not a pull between them. The Swedes have got a slight advantage with the time faults, but there's just not a pull between them, and they really have to just think about jumping clear lines. And they're proving now that they can ride inside the time. They just have to keep riding inside the time. This man had a difficult start day one, but he got it back together again yesterday. And this would certainly be one of the most consistent combinations on the Swedish team. So basically they are banking on him jumping a clear round. He has to jump a clear round. It's quite simple, because he is certainly, when you take Peter Fredriksson with All In and him with Mary Lou, you're talking about those two riders have been jumping the most clear rounds for Sweden this year. So there's just nothing else for it. He has to jump a clear round.
Can he get the 84 seconds, Jess?
He will. He will. He will, Phil. At this point, he will. He will. I would say he'll be able to go up on the 4 strides to the last. He has no other choice. He's going to have to. He can't take the risk of having a time fault.
5 seconds.
Oh,
4,
come
3.
on, come on.
Just gone over. One-time penalty, but a very, very popular round indeed. The crowds here are going absolutely crazy. Former European champion there, Rolf Göran Bengtsson, not riding in the team today, in the stands. So Henrik von Eckermann and Mary Lou, they have one time penalty. It's a super, super round of jumping, Jess, but that might be very significant.
At this moment, the one-time penalty at this moment is okay, because they do have that little bit of edge in the others, but really he needed to bring the 0.
For Belgium, pressure on this man, Niels Brunsils and Cas de Liberté.
Well, now we start to feel the heart rate beating a little bit quicker now as these hot contenders start to come in.
Belgium into tonight, 3rd equal place with Ireland.
Takes 7 strides into the combination. Oh, beautifully jumped, beautifully jumped. Really good for this mare. He took the 7 strides, but of course he's hurrying around the corner there because he knows that he has to make the time. He cannot afford to have time faults, because being on an equal score with Ireland, every millisecond counts for them.
Rattles it.
Oh, it's still there. It's still there. I always start to worry when they start to rattle poles like that. You always have the feeling at one point something's going to fall. But he has to keep it together. But obviously with the time he has to bustle this mare slightly. And he's just going to have to keep his act together now. He's got to keep his act together and get right up the inside on that last line.
3 to go.
The time should be okay. Oh, he's right up the outside. What's he going to do? He takes an extra stride. Oh!
That's expensive. Ooh. However, he's outside the time. I was just going to say, however, he's inside the time, but 100th of a second out, or 10th of a second outside of the time. Bit of pressure on Jerome Guerrier and Gregory Wathelet now, because we've had a clear from Peter Devos, so you saw just there in the stands. So 8.84, the penalties for Niels Brunsils. It keeps them on their overnight score of 12.11 if they discard that score from Niels. Marlin Barragons, H&M Q-Channel.
Of course, it goes without saying that this round is vital, but I think the pensive looks is because they do know that Marlin is an amazing rider. and this horse does jump very well, but it was a different time when she was sitting on butterfly flip.
Well, she won a European team gold on butterfly flip, but that was as a young rider.
Come on, Marlin. It's gone. Well, this is really hotting up. And another one's gone. Nice. Oh, it's...
Okay.
She has to keep going.
That's thrown it open.
Yeah, that's really thrown it open. They still have two. Oh, two to come, and I think she's going to call it a day. I really think she's going to call it a day, because this horse is he's just got scared. That's really disappointing for Marlin and really disappointing for the Swedish team.
Peter Fredriksson there, he'll be the last man in, current leader of the individual. Of course, the lady leaving the arena now has nothing to prove riding at this level, but just a very disappointing day for Malin Barrier-Johnson, who retires here in Gothenburg.
Yeah, and that, of course, you know, for such a wonderful rider as Marlin to go out with your head down like this in your home stadium when you're fighting for the gold medal, it's really hard to deal with. But you know, it's a sport of horse and rider. It's the partnership, and she did a great job for the team the last 2 days. And you know, the other guys are just going to have to do it now today. They're just going to have to see it through, because this horse just found this one round too many for him now today.
If you look at the scores and on the presumption that everyone's riders go clear, the next two riders meeting go clear, Sweden are still in front, just in front. France, who were bidding to win their first team gold medal in the European Championships, having won a couple of silvers in 03 and 11, but their third rider, Roger Ebost, himself a former European individual gold medalist, riding Sangria de Coty. France currently sitting in 7th place. So
this championship really not going the way of the French, like the Dutch. They have been used to being in a better position than this. The horses get older, riders lose form. Every country has to at some point regroup and look towards the future. And this man doing, as always, a good job in here today. He's just riding his round. He's not worrying about. Oh! Good man.
And he stops the clock inside the time. That was the most extraordinary, brilliant round. Well, that from the former European champion, that was an absolutely brilliant round. He completes on a 0 tonight, and puts him in 10th place at the moment in the individual list. He is a bit of a long way off the leaders, but that was a very good place indeed. France, though, as we were saying, in 7th place at the moment as a team. And that shows you that Sweden, with the best possible score of 9.21 with 2 riders to come, could take the gold, but less than 1 fence behind are Ireland and Belgium. And they're not going to hand it to them on a plate, that's for sure. Now for Spain, Sergio Alvarez-Moe, riding GMC Ariane.
He's been having a super season with this horse. Had a really unfortunate mistake at the last jump yesterday, jumping a great round, and just got a little close in the last jump, and then that time fault added, like his teammates, on 5 faults. But he's individually not out of the hunt yet. But of course, this horse, very, very blood horse. and gets a little feisty the more rounds it jumps, and it's all about just keeping it together now for Sergio. Rode a super round on day one. Very long on that. Tested the scope of his horse, and of course it gets difficult now, but this horse is really in form coming into this championship. The mistake yesterday was really one of the hard luck stories here. Look at this horse jump.
Still on that same score. He's still clear and well inside the time. One of the quickest rounds we've seen, but all that matters is less than 84 seconds. 6.86 penalties. That's what he brought forward from the last 2 days. He remains on that after that brilliant round here. Spain as a team in 9th place. So they won't be making a medal podium finish almost certainly. For Italy, Alberto Zorzi and Cornetta Kay.
The Italians are, like the Germans, not looking like they're going to get into medal contention, but certainly the way this horse has been jumping all season and the form that this man has had all season, he's one of those riders, and it's one of those combinations who really are expected to be in the hunt on Sunday afternoon for those medal glories. Very sympathetic rider, really feels his horses and lets them jump underneath him. And his boss Jan Tops with him here. Very sensitive rider. His girlfriend always traveling with him. His team built around him to give him the necessary confidence that he needs to go out into the ring and just do what he's very good at doing, and that's letting horses just jump underneath him and give them a really accurate, sensitive ride. He's gone out a little bit there.
This is some ride from the man in 6th place at the moment in the individual, in the 8th, I should say, and that was, well, that has really thrown him into contention for Sunday.
Yeah, there's hugs all around his girlfriend, and yeah, it's really foot perfect what these two have delivered so far. It's really a perfect combination of horse and rider. We talk about Peter Fredriksson and All In, but these two have been just as foot perfect as the others.
To Belgium at the moment in the best possible place, second equal with Ireland. Jerome Geary riding Grand Cru van der Rosenberg. Great clear from Peter Devos. Couple down. One down, one time fault from Nils Seals.
Sorry, Phil, I'm kind of jumping with everybody at this stage.
Okay.
I just want everybody to jump clear lines. You can just feel the pressure that they're going through. And of course, it's just such an amazing feeling to be in there and riding with that tension. Oh, that was not good. He's got to keep it together now. 4 faults is still a score. Just went a little bit to the left, to the little spook coming in there. But Jerome has to bring him home the rest of the way clear now. No room for time fault. Oh, a little bit lucky there. The critical line. Just tighten the time.
That time penalty is going to be significant because I think that's going to put them. They're just gone behind Switzerland.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to work out, the fractions. So now Belgium have just dropped 1 penalty point behind Switzerland. Switzerland have moved up into 3rd place at the moment. Sweden still in front with Ireland in 2nd place, but all to play for because we've still got several riders to come. And it could all change yet. That shows you now the current leaderboard at the moment. Sweden, Ireland, Switzerland and Belgium.
I still have to have the 3rd riders from the Irish and from the Swiss and the Swedes.
Ireland.
A lot of pacing Irish men up there.
Just thinking the same. Ireland. 3 penalty points behind Sweden at the moment. Down to 3 men. Dennis Lynch, an all-star for Ireland.
Well, when you've got a pressure situation and you've got to send somebody out there, this is a good pair to send out there. They know how to deal with the pressure. Big distance there. Dennis giving him motivation. Interesting how Dennis is just clicking away at him in front of the jumps the last couple of strides, saying, come on boy, get up. This is looking good. This is looking very clean and very good. Took a forward's distance to the triple bar. He's looking okay with the time.
Oh, well, we have seen Dennis jump some rounds, but Jess, under that pressure, that was nothing short of damn brilliant.
It was incredible, and it was so great with the microphones to hear Dennis.
He's kissing his way around there, wasn't he?
It was really an amazing round, and it's seldom that you see emotion from Dennis, but there's plenty of emotion there, and they're riding themselves closer and closer to a title of European champions.
Dennis Lynch goes clear. Shane Sweetnam's been clear, so just Cian O'Connor to come, but Ireland still on their overnight score of 12.11. 3 penalties behind Sweden, but still pressure building at the top of the leaderboard. Sweden, Ireland, Switzerland. Switzerland who've slipped away, as have Belgium, just recently slipped away out of contention, but still a long way to go. And Switzerland's next man in the arena now, Martin Fuchs, with the wonderful 11-year-old Clooney.
Yeah, this is a medal deciding round for this combination, and Martin has done a very good job with this horse over the last 2 days. He's been really on the line between the genius and the crazy guy, this horse. And Martin has really managed to keep it together the last 2 days, and he just has to do the same again today.
If anybody hasn't seen his round yesterday, that riding, will be worth finding to watch, because it was something just brilliant.
It was outstanding, and it really showed the trust that is between the horse and the rider. Martin trusts Clooney implicitly to leave the poles up, and Clooney asks Martin sometimes to keep him on the straight and narrow.
Well, he did that halfway around the course yesterday.
And he is jumping around today. Once he gets over that water mat, the horse is just jumping like a star. Oh, Martin, he's got it now. He just has to bring him home.
Switzerland, who slipped away from the top 2 in the medals for the teams, with Martin Fuchs currently in 5th place in the individual.
Yeah, but
and he'll move up a couple of spots if he goes clear here. Rubs that.
He's got it.
Ping. Yeah. Well, two very different rounds, but equally excellent from that man with that wonderful, wonderful horse.
But this is the beauty of this amazing Clooney and the partnership that they have. I mean, Clooney really put it up to Martin the last couple of days, especially yesterday, that he had to ride a blinder, and the horse jumped round today like clockwork. There's not a horse that jumped better in there today, and rightly so. Martin very happy, and this round has put them back up into the hunt.
Douglas Lindelof for Sweden. Sacramento.
Chef to keep watching. And this is really a tall order that this young lad has got here today. Of course, with the retirement from Marlon Bayard, everything counts. And this competition is still so open. We would imagine that it's between these four teams, but like you said before, anything's possible. But which one of these four teams is going to be crowned European champion in the next hour or so?
They drop below Ireland.
It's still open, but it's getting...
Still Cian O'Connor to come.
The scene is being set, Phil. I don't like to say it, but the scene is being set here in this Ullevi Stadium here tonight. The scene is getting more and more closer. I'm not daring to say what scene is being set.
Right. That's...
Of course, he's going to be on really big time faults now, as well as these two fences down, and this could put them right down into fourth position.
Which would leave Ireland with a fence in hand. Is that right, Jess?
Yes. Yes. At this point, yes. And Cian O'Connor has jumped so many clear rounds as last men in for Ireland.
Appreciation shown by the crowd, but disappointment there must be also, because that has opened the door for Ireland. Ireland go into the lead here in Gothenburg, one fence in hand over Switzerland here at the European Championships.
There's still an awful lot to play for out there.
For Germany, Philipp Weishaupt and LB Conval. .73 in 22nd place in the individual championships, Philipp Weishaupt.
And with him, there's only 6 combinations left to go in this European Championships. In 6 horses, the medals will be divided. Of course, Philipp riding at this stage really for his individual position going into Sunday. And it's still a long, long way from finished as regards the individual results. And even though his team is lagging, he really has to keep the pressure on and try to jump that clear line to put him in there in the shake-up on Sunday. Because obviously Lewis Connix has really upped the level here today with round 2 of this team competition, and he will up it more on Sunday. And this is looking good.
That was spot on for Philipp Weishaupt and LB Conval. That leaves them on that 6.73 penalties. It's Germany are not in for a team medal, but this man will be shooting up the leaderboard in the individual competition.
Yeah, and well deserved so.
On the cusp of possibly winning a team medal also.
Right, this is vital.
Gregory Wathelet for Belgium and Corrie. Belgium bidding to win their first ever medal in the Longines FEI European Championships.
Of course, Gregory is well able to ride under pressure. He's proved it over and over again. Had a slight difficult moment the first day with Corey possibly looking at the shadows in the combination, but came back with super round yesterday. And just has to keep the concentration. She just has to play ball with him. Oh, but he's very deep there. Decides to do the 8. This, of course, puts her under pressure, and he's going to have to watch his time. He's really riding a very deliberate round. Right. Seldom that you see Gregory really under pressure making it, but you can just see the pressure with every jump, and he's really having to work on the rideability with Corey. This is the most difficult jump for them. He's got it. Right, last line now for the last rider from Belgium on their medal campaign. He's got to jump these 2 jumps clear, Phil. Oh, it's down.
That's added 4 to the Belgium score, and that will drop them down below Sweden. Sweden have gone back into medal contention. They're back into bronze position at the moment. But the focus is on the top three on the board, on the screens at the moment. Ireland, Switzerland and Sweden. They are still to jump, and there is absolutely nothing you can predict at this stage.
No, but this is it, Phil. And Cian is used to riding under pressure. He's well able to ride under pressure. Been having a wonderful season with this horse.
Cian O'Connor for Ireland. The clear or 1 down wins Ireland the gold medal.
This horse jumping fantastic. Yeah, he's got that out of the way now.
I don't think you breathed then for a few seconds, did you?
He's jumping over the top of the wings. Once he's got this out of the way, it's just that golden vertical that has to be jumped. And this is looking very, very good. I dare to say it, Phil. Cian O'Connor is riding for gold for Ireland.
3 to go, Jess. Can
Well,
they
that's
repeat
it.
the performance that you did in 2001? There's 2 to
They've
go.
got
You
it.
can have 1 down.
They've got it. Phil, they've got it. They've got it.
They have
They've
now.
got it. They've got it, Phil. They've got it. It's Ireland.
Ireland
They've
take
got
the
it.
gold. well, I don't know what to say. That has been the most unbelievable competition. They came into the final day with only 3 men in the team. They haven't added a single penalty to their score, and Ireland are the 2017 Longines FEI European Jumping Champions. Jess, many, many congratulations to you.
Well,
you
certainly,
did it. It's
certainly not to me.
It's only the second time they've been team gold medalists, and you were in the team in 2001 the last time.
Well,
so is this bringing back memories?
Congratulations to all of those people who believe in the show jumping, and to this great team who have really come together, with Rodrigo Pessoa coming in as chef de keep, brought in a new wind, got the guys motivated, pulled them together, and what an amazing team result this has been.
Wiping tears away from our eyes here. That was absolutely, well, and the other thing we've got to just bear in mind, we've got a bit of a competition to go, but Cian O'Connor also has put himself in contention for an individuals at Ireland with Shane Sweetenham and Cian O'Connor. Very close for medals.
Right up there,
in the
right up
individuals.
there.
Let's go back to Switzerland, because there's a battle. There's a battle for silver and bronze. Steve Gerdat with Bianca for Switzerland. They are 2 penalties ahead of Sweden at this stage.
If he goes clear, they have got silver. 1 down. They hit bronze. 2 down.
Look at the way she's skipped through there.
She's just a wonderful athlete, this mare. And of course, Steve, another rider that's been in these positions on many occasions and thrives on this championship pressure. Takes an extra stride there. Of course, oh, touch that. This mare jumped so beautiful. Oh, that's them into bronze.
Into bronze.
If Peter goes clear. If Peter doesn't go clear, they keep silver.
Clock's okay, but he's 4 to add, and that puts Switzerland on a final score of 20.15 by our reckoning here.
And secures them a medal.
It secures them a medal. The question is what colour it is it? Well, they have slipped down into bronze medal position. They won the bronze 2 years ago in Aachen. They're gonna win at least a bronze here today, and of course Switzerland have won gold in the past. 2009 the last time. But it's not over yet, and it's certainly not over for these crowds out here yet, here in Gothenburg, because the Olympic individual silver medalist has come into the arena, and he's lying currently in the #1 spot in the individual European Championships that culminate on Sunday. But he's jumping for silver medal here in Gothenburg. Peter Fredriksson with H&M all in, all to play for.
And of course, this is an unbelievably important moment for Sweden and also for Peter.
If he has 1 down, they slip out of them.
And that's it.
They slip out below
Germany.
They're below Belgium at the moment.
Yeah.
1 down.
If they've 1 down there, yeah, 1 down, they go into 4th.
Into 4th place.
Oh. You can see Peter breathing and breathing and breathing, dealing with the pressure, keeping himself breathing as he keeps going along. Very obvious to see with him. Keep breathing out. Don't let the tension come into your body. And just let all in do what he does best. Takes an extra stride there. Would have been a bad job if he knocked down the Hennes and Mauritz jump. Phil, what happens if he has a time fault? I'm watching Peter.
He can have 1 time.
Oh, he hit that.
He can have 1 time fault to stay in silver.
Right.
2, they go into bronze.
Right.
And then Switzerland get
Oh, he's
silver.
going over the inside shoulder. Come on, all in. Come on, Peter, you've got to jump this one.
He does.
He's jumped it, and
Plenty of time to get
Yes!
home. He's gone clear.
Yes!
That's right, the route. Well,
what amazing show jumping this is. Amazing sport.
Sweden clinch the silver medal. Switzerland get bronze.
A silver medal for the Swedish team coming in here is a huge achievement. Those 3 countries that have taken the medals, they have fought so hard to get these medals, and when we look at it, it was a nail-biting finish to the end, and full credit to the Irish team, who in the very end won gold medal with a 3-man team.
Ireland take gold. Our hosts here in Gothenburg takes silver. And Switzerland retained their bronze medal from 2 years ago.
It's an amazing night, another bronze medal for us. My horse Clooney was amazing, a clear round, and it was very tight at the end. Steve had to stay under 5 points, and he had an unlucky rail down, but stayed inside the time allowed, and very delighted to be on the podium tonight.
The goal was to be on the podium. Now we're there, and now I'm just really happy. I'm so proud of all my riders. There was a bit up and down today, but all in all, I'm just super happy.
I was very happy with the way my horse jumped, and to be able to take Sweden to Team Silver was a fantastic feeling. I'm very happy, very happy.
I've been doing this job a long time. Obviously, I've had Olympic success in London and so on, but this man has brought a level of professionalism, and Rodrigo said out of the stall early in the year this is what was going to happen. We sacrificed Nations Cups and we came here and did the business, so it echoes probably the way I do things as well, that doesn't happen by chance. You got to make it happen.
It's been a long time since Ireland won a team medal, so for us to do this and this style and the way we had to do it, I'm very proud.
I've never won a medal, be it individually or on a team, and with 41 to experience this tonight, it's incredible.
It's unbelievable. You know, they did an unbelievable job, and this was our goal in the beginning of the season, and you know, anything can happen, but at the end, you know, we had some difficult moments during the week, but everybody stuck together, and at the end, it's what counts.
Though the Irish team are European champions for the first time since 2001. Attention now turns to the individual competition here in Gothenburg, with home favourite Peder Fredriksson leading the charge. But there is less than a fence covering the first 5, with Irish riders in 3rd and 4th, right in the hunt for more medals. Join us again for more top quality jumping action. But from me, Rupert Bell, it's goodbye for now.